This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm your host, me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we're coming to you today from that little trailer park in Toco, Texas. Babe, tell us about Toco.
You know what? The funny thing is, back in 2010, the census was 75 people.
You find the smallest towns to bring us to.
I know. Yeah. But you know what? Hey, 2020, 91.
Woo, climbing the ladder.
Almost triple digits.
Climbing that fucking ladder.
Yeah. And somebody, everybody's from somewhere. The person they have listed was not born in there. So I'm not even going to name them.
No.
But, I guess they lived there for quite a while or whatever. And they were the mayor for a while.
Trademark.
Yeah, it is.
We got to start drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this week's episode. What the fuck?
I was drinking too.
This week's episode is probably going to get us into an argument.
No, it's not.
I bet it does. I bet it does.
It's possible.
So this week we're going to talk about first. ADHD and like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. Last week was our 200th episode.
Celebrate. Whoop,
Celebrate good times. Come on. That was my singing voice. Probably made people gouge out their eardrums.
That's
but no,
funny.
this week's probably going to get us into a fight because we're going to talk about how you nitpick me all the time. It's a one-way street. It's all you nitpicking me.
All me. You're absolutely not correct there.
I am correct because we're going to start with you and I work two different schedules to a degree. You're an early morning person, and I'm just a late morning person. Probably more late than early, okay?
Yes.
So you get up a couple hours before I do.
Mm-hmm.
You go to work a couple hours before I do, and you get home a couple hours before I do.
Not always.
For the most part.
What gets me is a lot of times you get up a couple of hours or so after I do, and then you might be here for a couple of hours, and then you go to work, and then you come home, and you'll be home like 3 minutes after I get home. Sometimes you're home before I get home, and I'm like, damn, do you even have a job?
Yes, I have a job. I work hard.
At what? Avoiding work?
No.
Oh, come on. Whatever.
But when I get home, you're like, oh, it's ready to eat. And I'm like, I'm not hungry. And so we get to this, a tiff sometimes, and you're like.
Never a tiff.
Oh, bullshit.
Never a
bullshit.
tiff.
You are. Oh, the cat just climbed up your leg?
Nope. My side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She climbs up me, I'm going to scream like a bitch. I'm saying their claws are sharp. But no, because you want to eat. So I just decided, I'll quit eating. And then you get mad. You're like, no, don't quit eating or we'll adjust or whatever.
Yeah,
because I'm probably not hungry till about 8 o'clock at night. And by that time, you're 2 hours into bed.
Not 2 hours
You go to bed at 6.
No, I have gone to bed at 6.
Yes.
A
lot.
No. Normally it's around 7 or after that I go to bed. No, we can't adjust the whole thing. I never know when you want to eat.
What time do you typically eat during the day?
I eat lunch at 11 o'clock.
So here's what I don't get.
What?
I eat lunch around 11 or 12.
Okay, you a little bit bigger than me, and you eat a little bit more than I do. Insulated. Yes, you're a little more insulated than me. I know sometimes I can eat once a day, and I'm fucking good all day long. I don't have to eat about every 4 or 5 hours. But you, on the other hand, feel you have to eat about every 4 or 5 hours.
There's a lot to keep up with here. A lot of energy to burn.
That's true.
I'm at the peak of my fitness.
You're in the peak of something. That's for sure. But yeah, so I mean, I told you I can adjust, but on the same token as adjusting dinner time.
Okay.
I mean, there's sometimes I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat.
Because how early it is. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening. I don't want to eat at 5.
Right.
But that's just right before your bedtime. So you're like, you want to eat before you go to bed.
But if you're not hungry and I'm going to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock, I don't want to start dinner at 7 or 8 o'clock.
And I feel you on that. Do I ever complain? No, I go in there and I'll get something to snack on to hold me over until the next day.
Or you're like, no, I'll just go ahead and eat. No, I'm hungry. Like I heard that yesterday.
Yeah, I get a little huffy.
You do get a little.
I'm like that 1980s bike. I'm a huffy.
Do they still make those?
No.
Really?
No. Not that I've seen. They might still sell it, but those are like Kmart bikes and Walmart bikes.
That's. I don't think.
Did you ever have a huffy? You had a girl huffy. Stop yawning.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know if it was a huffy
pink with the little tassels on the handle, babe. That wasn't you?
No. No, we used to put cards in the spokes. Do you ever do that?
Yeah. Why you snort?
Well, because that's kind of the sound it made, because it was... Anyway, needless to say.
Needless to say.
Yeah, my bad. But if you want to eat, I kind of would like to know if I have to make dinner every single day, because sometimes stuff might be in the freezer, sometimes not. What?
Nothing, because I'm going to get banned.
Why?
You should make dinner every day. That's your job. You should just know these things.
I should just know
I thought
these
it came
things.
ingrained in your DNA.
Yes.
Yes. Motherfucker.
Did you find the kitty?
She found me.
Yeah, she did.
She wrapped around that ankle and went to town.
Yeah.
Gnawing on it. So, since this is a one-way street on nitpicking, and you're always nitpicking me.
Always.
I'm sure you have nothing to complain about on me.
Oh, nothing.
Good. All right. Well, we'll wrap this up right now.
No, I don't think so. There might be a thing or two that bothered me.
Like what?
Well, first of all, dude, if you need the TV up that loud, get a fucking hearing aid. Jesus.
I don't need a hearing aid. You know why?
I know, because you turn the
TV
up
all the way up.
And you can't even hear when I'm talking to you from the other room because the TV's so loud.
That's the point.
It's got to be the point because that shit is so fucking loud.
I got to be able to understand the TV.
You know what? As far as I know, you have the closed captions on. Fucking read it.
Well, that's why I turned them on.
And then you can just pretend it's a silent movie and mute it.
Who does? No.
And just read it.
Who watches TV in dead silence?
I don't. I do turn it down, though, but my volume level is way lower than yours.
You haven't worked around bubblegum wrapping machines.
I mean, that's
your entire fucking life.
That's true, but I'm halfway deaf in one ear.
Plus, I have tinnitus, so all I hear is that high-pitched buzzing.
Yeah.
Okay?
I get that too. But it's not just the TV that you do that. You do that with everything. Everything. We can be driving. If I'm driving, you're on your phone watching something, YouTube. You're watching us on YouTube or something. And you got
watching
the volume.
The best podcast ever.
You got the volume so loud, I can't hear the radio. So I don't know if you've noticed, but when we go somewhere, as soon as you get your phone out and I hear the first whatever you're listening to, I just turn the radio down because guess what? I'm not going to get to hear it anyway because your shit's so fucking loud. So fucking loud. It's so loud. I'm like, a little consideration because maybe I was trying to listen to whatever.
Okay, but and hear me out, I'm going to use some logic here, okay?
Okay.
If I want to watch YouTube while you're driving, and I already can't hear, how am I going to turn it down?
Well, put your headphones on.
Didn't bring them this time.
Or ever. But I don't do that to you.
Because
I think one time I did. We were going somewhere, and I think you were actually driving, and I got my phone and I turned it up really loud.
Oh yeah,
I was just like,
you're just testing.
And you started getting irritated.
I number one, look. I don't get irritated.
You do get irritated. You get very irritated.
And it was, maybe you should insert some ground rules when we're driving in your vehicle. You've never laid the ground rules. No listening to YouTube while you're driving.
I don't mind you listening to YouTube. Just
apparently you do.
Just not so loud that you're drowning out my damn radio. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I don't mind. It's just so loud.
Gotta hear it. That's all I'm saying.
I get
old.
that you gotta hear it. I understand that because
apparently you don't.
Yeah, no, I do. Something else you want to nitpick on?
Yeah, why is everything around the house always a do-it-yourself project? Hey, we need to tear down the front wall and rebuild it. We could do that. I'm gonna go to Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm not picking favorites here, and we're gonna buy 37 pallets of lumber and 14 nails and some super glue and some duct tape, and we're gonna build us a new wall. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it works that way. Your daddy was a carpenter. I ain't gonna lie, okay?
You're not.
No,
definitely.
That, for the people on video, is the cat just attacking everything.
All willy-nilly about
I'm not
everything.
A carpenter.
No,
I have never...
It. And, I try to DIY stuff because, if I have to pay somebody else to do it, I'm having to pay them to do it.
But they're professionals.
I get it, but
some
stuff is fairly easy. Oh, you see her?
You see her, yeah.
Some stuff is fairly easy. Some stuff is fairly easy, and I can do it myself.
Sure you can. You got that shit wrapped up. Like what, right? So you bitched at me for a long time about about the porch, right? Because the porch was falling down.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, we can just jack it up, throw a big brick under there. But all that wood was rotten.
No, it wasn't all rotten, but I felt that just at least jacking it up and putting bricks underneath it would stabilize it more than it was, because a certain spot you stepped on it and it went...
Because the fucking wood was rotten.
No, because the nails were ripped out of the underneath bracing of it. That's why.
Because the wood was rotten.
Well, needless to say, I paid to get it fixed.
Right.
And it got fixed.
And poor baby in the Christmas light. So I got you, and I even hate saying I got you, because you're like, I'll fucking pay you back.
You're going to say, I did this and I did that. You want obligatory high five,
okay,
and a pat on the back every time you do anything. You do. You want the credit.
Yes, I want to know you're happy with it. Because that was a lot of fucking money.
It was a lot of money. And we were talking about that today, and you're like, you wouldn't have done it. And I'm like, you're right.
You wouldn't have done it.
But I never have money at my disposal like that. So you're right. I wouldn't have ever done it. I would have always wished for it.
You would have kept climbing the roof and putting the lights on the house.
Yes.
But now you don't have to.
Now I don't have to. But I was thinking.
Because?
Wait.
Oh.
Yep. No, you're going to get it again. Okay. I will believe me every day. So I was seriously thinking this year, I was like, damn, I'm getting closer to that, age.
Yes,
older age.
Yes.
And
40,
I'm like
40.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll take it.
All
Even 50, I'll take it. But I was like, I'm almost getting to the age that maybe I can start paying somebody else to do it. But then, and they come out, they put them up, they come back out, they take them down.
Yep.
Half of them use the lights that they have. The other half will use lights that you have. But I'm not positive that it would have been, anybody could have been up to your standard, because you're very OCD, high standard.
These motherfuckers, yes. If the lights would have been, they all got to be facing the same direction. You know why I'm like this? Okay. And I guess it comes from nitpicking, was when we lived in the double wide.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually am from a trailer park. Okay. And my mom had me put lights around the trailer.
Yeah.
And it was all just a loop pin. And it looked like shit. Right? I hate the droopy. It looks like you put them up in 5 minutes. They have to be, the Christmas lights have to be symmetrically spaced and all facing the same fucking direction.
Right.
Okay.
And the lights that we had on the house, that I put on the house, I measured. We were talking about that.
Yeah, you did.
Because you were like, damn, they're really close together. They're like an inch apart. And I'm like, no, I think it's more like 3 inches. And I did measure it, and they were 2.5 inches apart. And we went all the way around.
All the way around.
You notice I put we in there, even though it was. No, you didn't. You played a game. You did not watch.
I was in the room listening for the fall to be there if you needed me.
Well, what if I would have fell on the front side? You would have never heard me.
No, but we got neighbors. They could have called or walked over.
I mean, that's true. Knocked on the door.
Mary don't miss fucking anything.
Oh, yeah, nope. She sure don't. Nope.
I am so glad she's I'm so glad she's using you as a pincushion.
That's what she always does when I'm sleeping and everything. And I'm like, why?
Maybe we should be doing the podcast with the cat in the room.
Oh, my God. She's killing me.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You fart?
No,
Maybe
that's not
did.
me. Yeah. But the neighbor don't miss anything.
Nah, I mean,
so I knew you were taken care of on that side. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, but to put those lights up took me all day long because.
Good job. Obligatory team high five.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you pat my back here. There you go.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
I never get that. This cat.
Oh, she is on crack tonight.
Yeah. We made the decision, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I wouldn't have done it.
And you were way over on the price by about 6 times. Well, you thought it was going to be the price of a Mercedes, and it's really like the price of a used Pinto.
You go.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, you know, be nice to her.
I had to get her out the mama cat way.
God. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, but I wouldn't have had that money at my disposal had it not been for you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have done it. You did say something about doing it, and I was like, but I had already convinced myself if it was over a certain amount, absolutely not. I will just continue to climb up there, put the lights up.
So what I want you to do for the next 5 years, okay, because that's probably what it would have cost somebody to come out and put them up. Okay. So over the next 5 years, just look at the roof and then look at me and go, thank you, baby.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Every day, or can I just do it on holidays?
Can we do it like once every 2 weeks?
Once every 2 weeks. I can't just do it on holidays?
Sure, I'll let you have that.
Okay.
Holidays,
that way I can remember to do it.
Yes.
Or instead of me remembering to do it, you're going to remind me.
I probably am, but I never get my way anyway.
You always get your way.
No.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do.
Like what?
Like what? You come in there. I can be in the living room watching TV, having my coffee. You know, I've been up a little bit longer than you on the weekends if I don't have to work. And you come in there. Oh, are you watching this? Can I watch something? Yep, you sure can. So I let you watch whatever you want.
And even at times when I just like, no, babe, go ahead and keep going.
There are a few times you do that.
But then I watch YouTube on my phone.
Exactly. But then you get the YouTube on your phone and it's so loud that I can't hear what I'm watching anyway. So
I don't know what's funner, us talking or me watching the cat just fucking tear you up.
You should imagine sleeping very soundly, and then all of a sudden that shit happens. Oh my God. Oh, and then not only does this happen, but then she like, oh, but I gotta get in your face. Oh, I gotta get in your face. Oh, gotta get in your face. She's
you just see her head hanging out under your arm.
You can't see her now. No. She's right there though.
Yeah.
She is right there.
Oh my God. No, I didn't get my way when we picked this house out. You picked the house out.
No,
right?
Wait,
I didn't get my
no. Let me comment on that because did you not? I found it. I
didn't say I liked it.
Yeah, you did.
I know I did. I'm just trying to argue.
Yeah, you did. But you found it.
You're right. I
found our house. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you I'm trying to tell you, you're probably right on this one. I do get my way a lot.
You do get your way a lot.
Most of the time.
That is very, very true.
But it's not my fault.
I just bite my tongue, and it's
so what you're telling me is there's times you want to say something?
Sometimes I do want to say something.
Maybe you should. Why do you just sit there and fucking take it?
Because I don't want to argue with you.
And you think we're going to argue with something like the TV?
Yes.
Okay, look, I can imagine if we were 20 years ago.
I mean, because wait.
And Gilligan's Island only came on at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then that's what I wanted to see. But I can stream whatever I want to watch now whenever I want to watch it. It's not like I'm fucking missing anything.
Well, you know what? You can't prove it by me because I know that we've had company over, and sometimes we've got the grandkids over, and they might be getting a little loud, or we're talking a little loud, and you start getting all huffy. Right? And I can't be in here because I can't hear the TV. Well, why not? It's up to fucking 50 anyway. We're having to yell at each other because we can't even hear each other. And then you get mad.
Well,
I'm going to go to my room. I should respect what?
My boundaries.
Your boundaries?
Yes. And that's wherever the TV is.
Would you not want to visit with them too? No. You want to do what you want to do, and you feel everybody else, like my dad, when he watched the news, don't say a
good fucking man.
word. The news was his time. You better not be talking, running around the house, fighting. When he's watching the news, the world stops.
Do you know why I picked Gilligan's Island when I said that?
Why?
So, my dad and I had a rough relationship, right?
Okay.
Rocky at the best.
Okay.
So I probably only seen him like a handful of times growing up.
Uh-huh.
It was over, but I went to my great-grandmother's a lot, which was his grandmother.
Okay.
And we were over there one time, and I was a kid. And he was there, and Gilligan's Island was on, and I guess I was romping around the living room being a fucking kid, and this motherfucker wants to yank me up and take me in there and spank me for that.
I mean,
only time he ever tried to fucking discipline me was over fucking Gilligan's Island.
Well, the thing is, they were raised in a different time. Children should be seen and not heard.
Oh, yeah.
And especially if it's something that they want to watch. And I see that you're doing the same stuff now every once in a while.
When have I whooped a kid over me?
No, but it's like, no, I can't take this.
When have I whooped a kid?
The last one I whooped was the grandson.
That was funny,
but it's funny because he might be about the only grandson that I've whooped.
Well, you told him 8 times.
Yeah. That boy, he's the cutest damn little thing, but he will work a fucking nerve. If he knows he's like close to that nerve, he is just going to continue to pick till it's bleeding.
He found the blood spot, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That shit was funny, but... And then what were we on? This is the ADHD of podcasting.
Well, we were talking about you just like I'm done with it. I gotta go somewhere else. I gotta go play a game. I gotta because we're in there talking and being loud, and she must not feel good. I'm okay with she's laying in my lap right now.
She quit attacking you?
She's laying. Look at her. Wrong.
Well, y'all are going to go to bed soon, so
maybe that's why she's pissed off.
Yeah, she's like, time for fucking bed, ho.
It's bedtime.
But okay, so I get a little irritated sometimes over.
You do.
Okay, but you have no entrepreneurial goals in fucking life at all. We sitting there, we're watching TV, and I'm thinking to myself, she can't spend 10 minutes to put some effort into the podcast and the business? I mean, is it just, do you feel like you're not creative?
I definitely am not creative. I am not a creative person. Never have been.
There ain't things that go on during your day that you see happen that you don't think we could form an entire fucking podcast around? Although I think I got you now.
Maybe.
I think I got you now to the point to where you understand how I want it formatted.
Yes, yeah. And that's the thing. You're always like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. I don't know what you want.
I mean, I don't know if I use that voice.
No, it's close to it.
Is
but
it?
I don't know what you want because you can tell me one thing, and this has happened before, and
Sure.
I do it whatever way I feel that should be done, and you're like, that's not what I wanted. Then you fucking do it. You know? I mean, I try to interpret what you say.
You don't speak Brent?
I mean, sometimes I don't, and I wished I could think of one example
but
of that
you can't,
right off.
Because it doesn't happen.
It does happen.
It doesn't.
It does.
If you can't think of it right now, it doesn't happen.
That's not true. It
That
does
is
happen.
true.
It does happen. There was something, and I wish I can remember what it was.
Because it's stewing on you now, ain't it?
And it's like, oh, do this, and so I did that, and you're like, nope, that's not it. Well, okay, excuse me.
No, bullshit.
Excuse me. Yeah. So, but I am not creative. I'm not creative.
But you don't got to be creative to just think of some topics and some outlines for us to do. And you could be slightly marginally right about maybe I didn't lay it out to you, even though I didn't think we have to go to the kindergarten level of how to prepare.
I mean, for me to understand exactly what it is you're looking for. And
is that what it is? You're afraid you're going to do it the way I don't want it?
Yeah, because then you're just going to do it over. You're going to be pissed off about it and do it over anyway.
I don't get pissed off at stuff you do.
Yeah, you do.
Like when? Name one thing right the fuck now.
There's so many I can't think of one. So,
but the fact that you still stay here and we've been married almost 20 years tells me it's really not that bad.
Well, I'm a very patient person, very forgiving.
I'm afraid that one day,
being,
I'm going to be a patient person in the hospital.
I mean, maybe it's possible, Yeah, maybe one day.
No, but I think you got an idea now.
I kind of do.
So I hope we get better. Where we can get better. Where we can get better at staying focused, and staying on a topic, and
right.
Yeah, we're getting there.
If people like it like this,
I still think we get enough banter to fill time.
Yeah,
but to try to stay focused on one thing, I think is the way to go.
Okay. Well, I mean that's what we're trying. Excuse me. Ugh, we went out for sushi.
We did.
I didn't eat it because
you don't eat it.
I can't do sushi.
Good. And it's healthy.
It
is. I'm trying to become less insulated.
Yes.
One last thing before we go.
Are we leaving?
Well, we're getting there.
Oh, okay.
We got a couple more minutes.
Okay.
One last thing.
What?
Wash your fucking car. Stay up on that. I get inside that and there are napkins. You keep napkins inside your car from the 80s.
No, I don't. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a lot of snot going on. Okay, over the last year. I have a lot of snot. So
you ever thought about going to the doctor?
I went to the doctor and they wanted to address something totally different. It's like they don't listen to what I'm trying to tell them, so I'll doctor my damn self.
You're doing a good job of it.
Or won't doctor myself
Maybe it's
at
just
all.
Fucking allergies.
That's what I said. And they're like, oh, God, it's got to be your lungs. No, it's my damn allergies.
Because you smoke on occasion.
Yeah. So, it's like, what's the fucking point?
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
time for a different doctor because my thyroid shit that was the wrong path to fucking take on that. Yeah, maybe medical issues.
Yeah.
That could be a topic.
Yeah.
What are you suffering from?
Everything.
Gonna sip a herpades.
But anyway, my vehicle, as far as washing it, it sets. I mean, I might drive it once a week, sometimes twice.
God, mine
every 2 weeks.
Why do we have these nicer vehicles we don't fucking drive?
Well,
you drive that crappy ass fucking car to work every day.
Because I don't want my other nice car beat up worse than it already is. Thank you very much.
No, I hear you.
So it sets and it's going to get dirty. It rains.
Yeah, but
dust,
you can every 2 weeks run it out of the car. I even went as far to buy you a gift card to the car wash.
And there's nothing on there. I've used it. There's nothing on there.
2 years, you finally drained down $50.
Hey, you know what? Now, Now,
You
in
spend
my
more
defense,
on Starbucks than you do cleaning your car.
not really, because I get Starbucks once a month when I take the dogs to the groomers. That's what I use that on. And it goes, I mean, I don't have any Starbucks money either, but.
Is that, I got to refill that.
It's fine. It's not a big deal, but.
Sounds like it.
You tell me to wash my vehicle. We actually did a trunk or treat a couple of weeks ago, and my own incentive,
yes,
I went
you did,
out
and I was proud.
Washed that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, there. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Washed my own vehicle. I didn't ask you. I didn't even tell you.
No, you didn't.
And then I told you I had done it, and you're like, oh, you did do it.
I saw the wheels.
You don't even notice.
Were tire shined
when I do things like that.
I saw the tires were tire shined.
And when's the last time you washed yours?
Mine won't fit in a car wash.
And
and
what?
I don't know. I just haven't done it in a while.
Okay. And what about the one that you drive basically every day that will fit in a car wash?
Once a month.
Okay. Well, see. I might wash mine a couple of times a year.
Once every 6 months. Hey, we appreciate you listening to this podcast. Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. I know. I'm horrible. I shouldn't drink another podcast. But then again, I should drink more.
Poor baby.
Oh, I know. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at meandmissalwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor the intern.
You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, and X.
And help support this podcast by becoming a member of Patreon at patreon.com/meandmissalwaysright. There you'll find pre- and post-show content right along with unedited episodes. And if you have any podcast or video editing needs, go on over to roadcatmediallc.com or email them at roadcatmedia@gmail.com for all your video and audio needs.
Ooh, awesome.
I know.
You're so good.
Well, I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Well, thanks for not coughing in the mic and doing the show today.
No, thank you.
All right. I love you.
All right. I love you too.
All right. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merle.
I love Merle.
I know.
I know.